So this was a rough loss for the 76ers faithful. And I know, like, going at first, we were like, yes, we're drawing so many fouls, okay? And we were beating the pace that we knew the pace in the past has given the 76ers trouble. And they were beating it, okay? In the first half, they were beating it. And it's crazy to think about that they lost this game, even though they were arguably the better shooting team, okay? And this was, at the end of the day, this game just got away from them. They ended up, I want to say, out physical than just being outscored in the second half. I know that's something that nobody wants to hear. And it's actually like, it sucks, okay? Like when that happens, when you like get out manhandled. And I think this is just a good lesson for them to learn from, because I think now they're going to be able to know that, okay, against teams like the Celtics, where they're superstar heavy, we're going to have to be, we're going to have to take advantage of the times where they're struggling. They should have built up a better lead in the first half, because in the second half, they just started to struggle. And I don't mean, that it was entirely their fault, but if you looked in the third quarter, they were missing as many shots as they were hitting, okay? And even them, they had a good comeback in the fourth, like, not good comeback, but, they started to seem like they could put together something, but they weren't giving themselves second chance points. When you end the game, only having 4 offensive rebounds, that means you only gave yourself 4 opportunities to give yourself a second chance at scoring. You know how bad that is? Like, that's awful. Nobody wants that, okay? That's not good basketball. And I think that's part of the reason why this game came out like that. It was they were the bigger team and they didn't take advantage of that. And I don't want to blame Doc Rivers or anything like that, even though this past, summer, I've actually fallen on the Doc Rivers might not be the best coach in might not be the best coach out there. So I do find that one a bit interesting, to say so, the least right now. And yeah, it's definitely interesting to see with the talent that they had. PJ Tucker was relatively quiet. Tobias Harris, he did his thing, and I know, and he actually, at times was showing up on defense. But the problem is that the other thing that I think was that, like, James Harden showed what he did and Tyrese Maxey, but as soon as they went to the bench, I really think the bench was the bigger problem right here for the Sixers against, the Celtics, was there was no life from the bench. Like, I have no idea how I could put that any nicer. There was no help from the bench, like absolutely none. And I don't know how you win a game without any help from the bench. So that was my main thing, was what I took from this. The reason why they didn't win this game was they had no help from the bench. Their high scorer off the bench was DeAnthony Milton, who had freaking 5 points. All right. The best positive was our man Montrezl Harrell, because he came out there and had a block, and they were a bet better on the floor when he was there. But man, it's crazy to think about that. It was a wild game, to say the least. And that's where I want to hear your guys' thoughts. What do you guys think of this final score? Wasn't a pretty one, but, always the last team standing, I guess, is the better team, one might say. But yeah, I just found it incredibly strange. And I just would have thought that they would have been able to get more, like, they revamped the bench. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I was shocked what happened out there with their bench, okay? Like, not expecting that whatsoever. I thought the bench was going to come out here and be their saving grace at times, but the bench was floundering harder than the starters didn't even flounder. It was honestly the bench that lost them this game, because every time they had to set the starters, it felt like they had to come back in and dig themselves out of the hole that the bench put them in at times. And you just can't have that happening if you want to win, championship basketball in December. I mean, not December, in April. I almost said championship basketball in December. Like, when does that ever happen, guys? Somebody let me know when we're playing championship basketball in December. But I will say it was a disappointment, as I was expecting more from them. But that's definitely where I want to hear your guys' opinions on this. What would you guys have expected, and what do you expect to change now? I just think, damn, not the game I thought we were going to see today. But hey, you never know what you are going to see on a daily basis. So that's where I want to hear your guys' thoughts down below in the comment section. What do you guys think of this game? Were you guys on my side, or that you were shocked? Or were you not surprised that the Sixers bench didn't do crap for this game? But that's it for me. Just a little tidbit about what I thought of the game. Nothing special. Just an information dump, basically. We'll get more back into this when we're back into the regular season. Tonight was just a terrible night for me, especially with the amount of homework I'll do. Okay. And yeah, so I got to do all this dumb shit for my girlfriend. But yeah, I hope you guys do have a great day. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Bye bye.